Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jared Powley's Fragrance Reviews. Tonight we're going to be looking at a sensational fragrance from Louis Vuitton, which came out in 2018. It is called Ombre Nomade, Eau de Parfum. This is a heavy fragrance. It is a deep oud. And for those of you who do not know what oud is agarwood, which is a very fragrant, dark, resinous type of wood. Oud fragrances are very popular in the Middle East, and they're becoming more popular in North America. People, in terms of whether they like ouds or not, people are very divided. Some people love them and some people hate them. They can range from being extremely strong to being very mild. So this is something I really believe must be tried. So if there's a Louis Vuitton store in your city, I would try to get this sprayed on a card or on your wrist just as a sample to be tried, because I really think it's worth it. It's very instructive to learn about oud fragrances. And if you go to a Louis Vuitton store, I'm sure they will accommodate you. This is a sharp, pungent type of oud, but it becomes very smooth. I consider this a mega beast. I would never even spray it. I usually spray the fragrances during the reviews. I don't spray this fragrance indoors. I use a half spray and I do it outside. This is a brooding fragrance. You have to be very careful with the application. And I am not exaggerating this. Some people say they put on 3 or 4 sprays. I think that's way too much. I would literally start with half a spray. This is something to be experienced. So I'm going to take it out of this container. And when I purchased this at Louis Vuitton, they engraved my initials, JP, Jared Powley, into the fragrance. Even by taking off the cap and getting a little bit of the fragrance on your fingertips, it's enough where it's going to stay with you for a very long period of time. In fact, when I first learned about this fragrance, it was from a lady that was working at a fragrance shop, and she recommended it. And she said she had sprayed it in her apartment, one spray, and she could still pick up the scent nearly 2 weeks later. Very faint, but it is very powerful. There's something about the molecules in this fragrance that really dig in and embed themselves either in the person's skin or fragrance. So that's why it is an expensive fragrance, but you don't have to use much. So it's a very good deal. And Louis Vuitton will fill these bottles for you where I live at a very reasonable cost. So the initial spray, or just from smelling from the lid, the top, it is very oud-like. It has a kind of a floral rose scent to it. It has leather, it's spicy, it's somewhat sweet, it's animalic, but it is so rich. When it dries down, it sweetens a little more, becomes lightly fruity. That's because of the raspberry note. And you can start to take in like the smokiness and more of the incense. Later on, it still is heavy. It still is pushing. It still retains its power. Deep oud accords, deep leather, deep incense, kind of a deeper spicy sweetness. In terms of the quality, it is an 11 out of 10. It is superior quality to almost all fragrances. Out of all the fragrances I have and I've tried, this is one of the highest quality. And it's worth the price. As advertised, the notes are oud, rose, incense, raspberry, birch, saffron, benzoin, amberwood, and geranium. As per performance, this is, out of all my fragrances, the #1 performer. I remember when I got it on my pillow and I'd washed the pillowcase several times, it was still there. It still lingers. If you spray it indoors, it will linger. It has the greatest longevity, 16 hours, 18 hours on half a spray. It has wicked projection. Everybody's going to pick you up. It has an awesome scent trail. Anytime you move, you just get this rush of this sweet, smooth oud with this spiciness. This is not a fragrance for novitiates. This is for a super confident gentleman. This is for a man that is authoritative. this has this fragrance also has a dark, mysterious, sexy element to it that women love. I would definitely say this is for someone that's more mature, more distinguished, and a little bit older. It's a little more dressier. Just smell it again. But it is something that, like I said, you have to go and experience it. You have to get a spray of this, because people talk about the price, but it is worth it. But this is a fragrance that I would put probably in my top 10. The hardest part I have with this fragrance is, when am I going to wear it? Because there's only certain, you can't wear it to work. You got to be careful. It would be for a very special occasion where a fragrance of this power would be accepted, because it is a mega beast. There's no doubt about it. Again, try before you buy. I do not think you'll be disappointed, but you want to expand your range. You want to expand your nose buds, so to speak. And this is a great fragrance to experience something new. If you like this video, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.